Rick. I'm going to try and do a painting on a landscape. I'm using acrylic paint. So if you've never painted before, I'm trying to get you to learn how to paint. So I know you're an artist. If you're watching this, you're an artist. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this is acrylic paint. I'm going to use a filbert brush to lay this out. I'm using uh, I'm using this Utrecht acrylic paint, but you could use any acrylic paint that you have. Okay, any paint works with this. I've used the cheapest paint you could buy, and it works. Okay, uh, Windsor Newton works. The What are some of those other ones? You got Amsterdam. You got Liquitex Basics Acrylics. That's like their low end paint, but it still works. You just need earth tone colors, okay? So what I think I'm gonna do, and I'm using a little water I, to clean the brushes. That's all you need with acrylic. That's why I like it. If this was oil paint, you'd have to paint your painting, and if someone wanted to buy it, they'd have to wait at least 3 weeks before it dried, okay, to sell your painting. This painting, if it came out good and someone wanted to buy it, you could sell it that same day, okay? It dries fast, so, and that's why you need to learn the techniques with acrylic paint, because it's different than oil, okay? So I got some colors down here. I'll go through that in a little bit, but I'm just going to get started with the wet brush and then grab a little white and just like that. Let's design something up here. Uh, I want to have some uh, mountains like that are going off into the back here. So way in the back here, I want to have like some small mountains way back there, but then I want to have mountains coming from the side here. Uh, they'll be coming from here to the back. Same thing over here. So let's just put in like some mountain peaks. These are going to be like in front of each other, and it's going to look like they're going back to those two back there. Maybe we'll put like a sun or a moon in there when we're done. All right, so there's our our mountains. Then we're going to have some cool clouds up there, and so let's design some kind of land down here. So let's have some water down here. Let's make a hill over here first. We'll have a hill coming down here, and maybe let's have one coming over from here, and then I'm just trying to design something really easy, and then maybe we'll have like water sneaking around here, down. We'll have like a little uh, we'll have like a little pond down here, like right down in here. Water down here. So this will be water over here. This section, We'll bring it from maybe way back there down to here. Maybe have like a waterfall like this splashing down in here. So there's our layout. This is on, also this is on black. I forgot to mention, like, yeah, it's a black canvas. Usually I do them on white canvas. So here's one I did on a white canvas, okay? You got trees, mountains, water. Let's get started. So now this is on a black canvas, so it's going to be a little different, but we're going to lay the colors in the same way. I'm going to take some blue, just a little blue here. You just need a little bit of blue because I want to have a light blue sky. Take some white and let's mix those two together. And we'll get like a nice blue sky. This is cerulean blue, by the way. I'm going to try and explain everything I do in case you're new to painting. This is something unique here, doing it on a black painting, but you'll still be able to do this on a white one if you have a white canvas. So let's take some of that blue. My brush is a little wet. I just wet it in the water. And let's put some blue up here. What's cool about the black canvas, maybe I think I'm going to just have blue like right here in the center. And then now grab some titanium white. Don't even rinse your brush off. Let's put some white in these darker spots on the side. Just pull the white in. Same thing up here. Titanium white. What's cool about the black canvas, it doesn't reflect any light color underneath, so you're getting the actual, the color is reflecting back exactly the color that you're laying down, okay? It's hard to explain. Let's blend those in just a little at the edge where these two are coming together, the white and the blue. Just lightly blend it, not too much. A little more white here. What I'm basically going to do is put color in the color I want in first, and then start painting the bushes and the trees and do the mountains. And so I'm going to start bringing some lighter color down to the mountains. I'll put a little blue in my brush, and I kind of want a really light sky right around the top of the mountain. So I'm grabbing a titanium white. Doesn't have to be perfect because we'll do the mountain tops with gray. Let's just get the sky in. I'll lightly blend it now. Let's see how that looks in the frame. Looks pretty good. I'm gonna put a little more blue in here because I didn't cover it up that good. I see where there's some dark spots in there still. Alright, so there's the sky. We got a mixture of some clouds and some blue sky already. We'll come back and deal with the sky in a little bit. Let's put our mountains in now. We're going to use a dark gray. So this is Payne's gray here. It's almost like black. If you don't have Payne's gray, you can use black. Take some of that and grab a little white and mix it in there. You'll get like a light, like a grayish color. And we'll use that for the mountains. This acrylic brush, by the way, it's called a filbert brush. It's round on the top. It's a number 12, okay? This is a 16 by 20 inches, okay? I'll put all that in the description too. So let's put our mountain peaks in now with this gray color. Let's just put the top parts in first. Very good. Now let's bring it down a little. This one's going to be pretty big on the side here. This one's actually going to be in the front, this one. So what I'm going to do is take a little white right now and put it on the edge so you can see the difference. Now let's grab some gray and we'll bring these other ones down just a little. Bring them into the center here. Maybe we'll have like some kind of valley in the middle here. Like right down the middle here. Same thing here. Let's bring this mountain down to about here. This is just the underpaint. We're going to put more color on top of these mountains, okay? I'll put a little white here so you can see that this is going to be in front, okay? And you can bring your bottom down to about here. Very good. All right, over here on this hill, I'm going to make it green. Actually, no, let's make these hills, yeah, green. This will be brown in here. Green, water, brown. So I have sap green here, right out of the tube. Now what I'm going to do is we'll take some of this yellow and just mix it into that sap green. And we'll get like a light green color. Sap green, okay? And let's put our hill back in here. Wet your brush a little, just a little. Now we're gonna fill this in. We're gonna block in our hill with this green, okay? This is called blocking in the section. Let's just block it in with that color. And it doesn't have to be filled in perfect because we're going to put more colors on top of it, okay? Just get the main idea in right now. Just the main idea of the color. That's good. Good enough. Grab a little white, and let's put a little white on the top part of the hill. It's going to help make the hill look further away. Over here on this hill, let's put a little more yellow in there. A little more yellow. We're going to make it, wet your brush a little. We'll make this a little brighter, this hill over here. Okay. The colors, as they're moving towards the viewer's eye, you want them to get brighter, okay? So we'll make this hill a little brighter by just adding a little yellow. A little more yellow to the green, okay? And then just block it in. Doesn't have to be anything special right now, because we're trying to get all the underpaint in first, and then we'll start painting. Okay, wow, it's looking pretty good already. I'm thinking maybe this can be water here too. We'll have water here and here. Let's try it. Let's rinse your brush real quick. Rinse your brush and grab some of that blue from the sky. And let's just put it in here under the mountains here. Just block it in with the blue. We'll see if that looks good. Kind of wet my brush too much. It's alright, it'll dry. I just want to see what it looks like with blue in there. We'll let that dry and I'll hit it again. Let's put our blue down here. We're going to have a little, maybe like a little pond right here. You can use any blue that you have, okay? It could be brilliant blue, it could be ultramarine blue, cobalt blue, phthalo blue. But just make sure you put some white in it to lighten it up, okay? Because if you use it right out of the tube, I mean, look how dark it is. It's pretty dark, okay? So that's why I put some white in it to lighten it up, okay? All right, so there's that's gonna be our water right there. I'm gonna lighten up just the back part of it. With water, you always want to keep your brush straight in the water now. Whatever you do in the water, because water's flat, right? It always is level. So you don't want to have like your brush strokes going in a different direction, okay? You want your brush strokes going flat with the water, okay? Let me re-hit this water up here now. It's not dry yet. Let me dry it and then I'll re-hit it. I think that's going to be good. We're going to have two parts with water. I kind of like that idea. I'm just going to actually wipe it and then re-hit it with some paint that's not wet. Alright, so we'll have water back here. I think it's going to look good. I don't think I've done a painting where I had 2 spots of water in it, so this is a first. I'm actually designing on the fly too, so when I try and paint to show you people that I'm always painting on the fly. Okay, this is from my mind, and it's good practice. Okay, and I can guarantee you can go look at all my paintings, and none of them ever look the same. So they always look different. Look at that. It's looking pretty good for 22 minutes. What I want to do now, it's Friday and I'm off. I had to go to work early today. I just did a video. A couple hours ago, but I didn't upload it because I didn't really like it. So I'm hoping this one turns out better so I can keep it up. I had some people watching, but I didn't like the way I did the what was it, the mountains. Alright, I was just trying to cover up that dark spot I made to show you. So down here I want to put some brown now. So I'm going to use, this is burnt umber. I don't use the paint right out of the tube. I always mix something with it. Let's mix a little bit of yellow ochre with that. Because it would be too brown if you use that and put it down there. It would be too brown. So I mix a little yellow ochre in it. And then you'll get like a lighter brown. You can even add a little more white. You can add some white to it to lighten it up even some more. See that? Let's grab the brush. Clean your brush. So the brush is a little wet all the time when you're putting in this paint right here, okay? Once we get all this covered, then you won't have to wet your brush as much anymore, okay? Because we're laying down a lot of paint right now, and the water helps the paint move, okay? But once we're done, I call this the underpaint, then we won't have to wet our brushes as much anymore, okay? And then you just, all you'll need to do is clean it, clean your brush, and maybe wipe it off. Alright, so there we're going to have some brown dirt down here. We have water here, water here. Maybe we'll somehow get the water down here and it'll be flowing in right here. Okay? Look at that. That looks pretty good so far. That's pretty amazing. Doesn't that look good? I kind of messed this hill up here with the water, but I still have mix a little sap green and yellow was the color. And let's just re-hit that hill, make it smooth again. That's all you got to do. And this one was a little darker, so add a little more sap green to it. And we'll fix the edge of that hill. Just like that. It's okay if it's darker because we want to have different tones in this grass, okay? And I'll show you how we do that here in a second. But so far, what we have is some mountains that are going to be going back to here, these two. Then we have water, 2 hills, water, and this is the foreground down here. So there's a lot of places we can go now. We can start on the mountains. We could start with the clouds. We could. It's good to get the clouds done because if you're going to run trees into the sky, you want to have the clouds done. So let's do some clouds up there around. I'm going to put some clouds around the mountain peaks, okay? So grab a small filbert brush. This is a number 6. Round. It's round on the top. And we're going to use titanium white. Now you don't have to, it doesn't have to be wet anymore. The brush was wet because I cleaned it, but we want to use just regular paint now. Now come right up next to your mountain peak here, and let's just, we're going to put the cloud right next to the mountains, okay? Very carefully. Just pull some white up. It's all around the mountains. Just pull it up a little and then take your brush at the top and go straight across the top part before it dries. Just like that. Okay? Just go across it. Let's do the other side. Go around your mountain peaks. Pull the paint up a little. I hope I'm not in the way. Kind of standing at a funny angle here. pull it up a little, and then now take your brush and go across the top, left and right, before it dries. You could pull some of it up into the sky if you want, like that. Alright, that's a good start on the clouds, okay? It's not finished, but that's a good start, okay? Let's put some snow on the mountains now. I'm going to use a knife, okay? And I'm going to show you an easy way. I'll just use straight white, okay? Now, just get a little bit of roll on your blade like this. You're going to come up to the... I usually put my snow on the right side. It's easier because I'm right-handed. Maybe we could do that, yeah. So we'll do it on the right side over here. Start on the right side of your peak and follow the edge of the mountain down. Okay. Grab another roll. We'll do the second peak. Just touch it and then pull it to the right. The next peak, let's do each peak first, a little, not too much. And we'll separate the mountains first, okay? This one way back there, you just need a little bit, okay? Now let's shape this mountain a little more. Put another row of paint underneath. And then another one. And this one here underneath. Some more white. Just like that. We're going to come into this valley here. Now we're going to do it the opposite way over here on this side. Come down. Very good. So this one here, we'll just put some white on the right side there. There we go. So there's our mountains. It's looking good. I really like that. I want to edge my water now in the back with a knife. So just put a roll of white on your knife and then edge the back of the water, okay? It almost looks like Antarctica, doesn't it? Kind of. For this side of the mountain, let's mix a little, take a little blue over here and mix some white in it. You'll get like a light blue. And then get some of this gray and put gray in it. It'll be like a grayish blue, okay? And the same way, we're going to hit the right side now of this mountain with this bluish gray color. Everywhere you put white, we're going to pull some of this blue color to the right. And down here, you're just going to pull it just a little at the bottom to fill in that little spot there, okay? Even down here, you're just going to put a little blue in between all the white spots, okay? Very good. Up here, there's a small side of the blade, so you can get into these tight spots with the small part of the blade. If you notice, I'm not covering all the gray underneath, okay? Kind of rushing. Take your time though. I can go fast because I've been doing this for years, okay? But you're going to take your time. Just like that. Look at that. Now what I want to do is I want to lighten up right back here. I'm going to lighten up some of my blue here. And we're going to go over the peaks that are way in the back with a lighter color. And then you're just going to barely hit this stuff up here very lightly with the light color. You can leave these in the front dark, okay? Just hit it with a little light. Look at that. This one back here, let's make it really light. A very light blue. On the other side of the peak there. Because it's so far back, you're not going to see like blue color, okay? Wow. All right, now take, we're going to take the big number 12 filbert brush, and it's going to be a wet, and we're going to grab some white here on a wet brush. See that? It's almost like watercolor. Now let's, at the bottom of your mountain, we're going to wash the bottom of the mountain with this wet brush, okay? Just like this, very lightly. It's going to make the mountain look further back, okay? Just lightly go across it. There we go. Let me see how it looks in the frame. A little close to it. Wow. Looks pretty good. I kind of rushed on it, but I like the way it looks. It looks pretty rugged, you know what I mean? It looks rugged. I didn't get the effect I wanted because they're almost all the same height, see? These should have been a little lower back here. Then it would have looked more like they were going back, but that's all right. Still looks good. What I want to do is I actually want to put more white down here. This is kind of hard to do, so you don't have to do this part, but I want to make it look like there's a cloud down here at the bottom. So I'm actually going to brush in white down here on the bottom of my mountain. But you don't have to do this part if you don't want, because you might think you're ruining your mountain, but I want it to look like there's a cloud at the bottom. Okay. I didn't want to go across my water though. All right, we'll let that soak in and it'll be fine. I'm actually getting tired for some reason. So I got sap green here. I'm going to take half of it and mix some black in it. It's going to make it a really dark green, okay? I'm going to take a little of this over here, and I'm going to put a little white in it. And this is going to be my trees way in the distance, okay? It's like a greenish gray color, okay? So I'm going to use a small filbert brush, a number 6, and line some trees on top of this hill here, okay? Using that greenish gray color. So what I'm going to do is just punch in some color on top of the hill. Bring them down. And then at the bottom, I'm going to pull it to the right at the bottom. Those are going to be distant trees on top of the hill. Let's do the other side. I'm going to add a little more green to it so it's not so gray. I didn't want it that gray, but let's do some trees on this hill. Same way. Just stamp it in with your brush. These are going to be like distant tree tops, okay? And at the bottom, just pull it to the left, straight across. Look at that. Now take a little white on your brush, little titanium white at the bottom of your tree line, and let's pull a little bit of titanium white at the bottom of the tree line, and then just blend it in to the grass. Just blend it in. It's going to make the bottom of the tree line appear. Same thing on the other side. A little titanium white just at the bottom of the tree line. And just pull that white and blend it in to the green. It'll turn green here in a second. All right, it's looking good. It's really rough. It's really rough looking. I like it. It's not like, doesn't look perfect, you know what I mean? I don't want it to look like perfect. I want it to look loose, you know? I gotta put some more titanium white down on my palette. All right, my friend keeps calling me. I had to tell her I'm making a live video. So I'm going to take some more white now, titanium white, and brighten up around my mountains again, because it looks like it's soaked in. If you're soaked in, just take some more white and re-hit the top of the mountains again. Make it bright white, okay? And then go across it on the top. You could pull some of it up into the sky. Just like that. There we go. That looks pretty wicked. Looks pretty wicked. I'm going to glaze this grass over here and see if I can lighten it up a bit. With the wet brush, grab some of this yellow. It's almost like watercolor. And let's just glaze this grass with some yellow. Maybe just on the top part. Just like that, to lighten up the top part. And the same thing on this side. just on the top part of the hill. It's just yellow. Very good. I think it's time for some big trees, because I don't want this to be a long video. I think I'm going to do the trees a little different today. I'm not going to use a fan brush, because I'm darkening up my sap green again with some black. And this time I'm going to use it pretty dark. I'm not going to put any white in it. And we're going to make some trees with the filbert brush. Okay, so there's the color I'm going to use. I'm going to use the big filbert brush. Rinse it off, and let's load it up with some paint. And we're going to make some trees with this, believe it or not. So let's put some bushes at the edge of this water here by just touching in some color here, right above the water. And then pull the bottom to the right. Right up onto the water. Now let's put, I'm going to put a, we can't make it too big. Maybe just above the top of the tree line. Take your brush and we're going to run a trunk down like this with your brush, okay? Now, it's the same way I do it with a fan brush, but we're going to use a filbert brush. Start off small up here at the top, and then you're going to just come down, and then you're going to get wider and wider at the bottom. Okay. Let's do another one, a little smaller right next to it. Put in a trunk. Try and stay small up on top. And then create an evergreen tree. And we'll do a small one next to this. Load your brush up and kind of wiggle it in there, then it'll make the brush kind of flat for you. Just get wider at the bottom. Still looks like trees, right? Looks like evergreen trees. Might as well fill in most of the painting here. That's good. I like it. It looks loose. You know what I mean? It looks like I didn't try too hard to make trees, you know what I mean? That's what I mean by loose. So let's put some bushes down here on this brown hill. Stamp in some color here. Now with your brush, pull to the left at the bottom. Believe it or not, we're going to put a big tree over here now with this filbert brush. So I wet my brush just a little. I'm going to load it up. And we're going to put one big tree right on the edge, okay? So let's tap in what would be a trunk so you can follow something down, okay? Same thing, we're going to make this type of tree. Start off small here. Stay on your trunk. Press in. And come down and get wider at the bottom. Come down and then take a look at your tree and see if you need to adjust it anywhere. Add more branches. Maybe extend them out a little. I want to have one more down here. I like to fill it in the middle here with color. There we go. It's a nice looking tree. Doesn't that look cool? We're going to highlight it too, so. Just adjusting it a bit. Wow. I made that tree with the filbert brush. That's pretty cool. Let's put some bushes here. We'll leave a pathway open in the middle here. So we'll create some bushes here, kind of coming down like this. And then just pull this to the right at the bottom. So then it looks like a pathway to the water, okay? I think that's all I want to put in as far as bushes and stuff, okay? Because I want to hurry up and get done. So, but if you're doing this painting, you could put bushes along the edge of your water here if you wanted. So what I'm going to do now is edge my water, because I think I'm done. You could put a reflection in here, but I'm not going to do it for time's sake. I got other videos on there on how to do a reflection. So I'm keeping my knife straight here, because this is not straight. So you gotta move your knife around a little to the edge of the land, okay? And then pull. This is white water, like maybe crashing up to the side of the land, okay? And I'll put a few indications of water running down here. Like the water's running this way. Alright guys, I kind of like this. It didn't start off too good. I mean, let's see what it looks like in the frame. I really like it. It's a different style. It's really different. You know, just for, you can also use white down here underneath these bushes with a knife. It enhances the painting, okay? Maybe it looks like water is coming out of here into here. Just a little bit of white underneath the bushes, okay? It adds a little bit more to the painting, okay? And you could put a little white underneath these bushes too, just a little. So I guess I'm going to highlight these bushes with, I'm going to get some yellow ochre here, and mix some white in it. Grab a little white and lighten it up. See that? That's going to be, I'll use this green and yellow ochre for the bushes. So I'm going to use a fan brush. Just load up the fan brush. It doesn't have to be a lot. Just touch into the paint with your fan brush. And use the corner and lightly touch the painting. Okay? And let's create some bushes. Lightly touch. Four bushes there. And I'm going to put some bushes out here underneath those trees. Kind of like pretty big, just so I could get the painting done. Same thing here. What I'm going to do is these look like, I'll do a few little, some bushes down low here like this, and then I think I'm going to turn that into grass up there, and I'm going to mix into this yellow right here. And I think I'm going to pull up on that grass in the back. Just pull up on it to create like maybe tall grass, okay? Just like that. We could do a little grass back there too. Let's add a little darker color to these bushes by grabbing some of this brown here. Just tap into it. Because I think that yellow ochre was too light. Rinse your brush. And I'm going to grab some titanium white now on my fan brush, just a little, and highlight maybe the right side of these bushes with the white. Alright guys, that's all I want to do on this one. I gotta call Lisa, believe it or not. So take a little bit of white and mix it into that dark green color that you used for the tree. Just some white. And watch this, we're gonna highlight this tree now. On the right side, we could actually highlight the whole tree by hitting the top parts of the branches, okay? Very lightly tap it. See that? It brought out some branches there. These I'll just come down like on the right side, and highlight the tree. It's a quick way to highlight your evergreen trees. See that? Very good. I don't like this grass, so I'm going to bring my branches down a little more here on my tree. Maybe put a bush here. There we go. Alright guys, that's all I'm going to do on this one. I'm kind of tired. Got to put a bird up here though. A couple birds. Don't forget to put some twigs in your bushes. I'll finish this up and post it on the community page. It still needs a lot of work. But I like it. I like the layout. I like the colors. I like the mountain. I don't know why it's not staying in focus. There we go. Maybe I gotta clean the lens. Alright, I'm going to end it here. I'll finish this up and post it on the community page. I kind of like the way the mountains came out. They look pretty rugged. Alright, thanks for watching. Cheers.